He comes to us on Fridays. He's the culture blaster for the Marina Times. Woo! He comes on a rainbow. Michael Snyder.
Hey, Michael.
Hi, in
Mark.
Studio. Look at you big stud.
Brett, Albert, and of course, the great Mark Thompson. You know, the real problem with the Chinese buying our debt is one fiscal quarter later, you're hungry for money again.
You're good.
That's good.
Hey, real exciting news from the world of rock music. Rolling Stone reported this week that David Bowie's lost album, Toy, was found and is emerging from the vaults. The anticipation for Toy among many Bowie files is massive, but I'm still waiting for the release of his religion-themed album, Goy. And, of course, as we may, it's also part of a trilogy with Poi, his Hawaiian-themed album. But
I see.
And this is their new hoax.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Maybe not.
Michael, you have to be excited about the Giants.
I am.
Tentatively, you're tentatively excited, aren't you? You're worried.
I'm on tenterhooks. Frankly, we have 3 more games to go, and nobody's blinking in the National League West. Those vile Dodger dogs, I could not believe what happened the other night. I think the fix was in it with the San Diego pitcher. That poor guy, he looked so shell-shocked after the third home run that he gave up in that one inning where the Dodgers caught the Padres. Look, this is not KNBR, the sports leader, but I will say that I'm thrilled that they are in the hunt, and I do think their chances are very good for pulling out the National League West pennant. Go Giants.
Right. Oh, there you go. Very nice. What do you have for us this week, Culture Blaster Michael Snyder?
I loves the comic book movies. You know that. In theory, actually. Like any genre, there's good and bad. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, is on the bad side of the ledger, despite a cast led by Tom Hardy. You know, Tom Hardy from Peaky Blinders, and, he was Bane in the Batman film.
Yeah, he was a bad guy in Batman, right?
He's got incredible range. And he's in this movie, the second of the Venom films, with Woody Harrelson co-starring in full Bull Goose Looney mode. Multiple Oscar nominee Michelle Williams slumming. Yeah, we'll say she's slumming. And Stephen Graham from Boardwalk Empire. This wants to be a horror comedy. A cool and entertaining genre that I actually write about in the current issue of the Marina Times. Get the October Marina Times at a newsstand near you and, of course, at marinatimes.com. But the Venom character is an alien symbiote who bonds with a sleazy tabloid reporter named Eddie Brock. That's Hardy. And Brock finds a conscience and tries to make their union something almost super anti-heroic despite the creature's amorality and hunger for flesh. So as Eddie tries to prevent Venom from eating people and get him to do the right thing, their banter, which is sort of a schizo routine, sometimes accompanied by the symbiote's many-fanged head emerging from parts of Eddie's body, that's always going on. Of course it's fun. It's sort of Odd Couple-ish, or it wants to be, but the Odd Couple was funny. This is silly and obvious in its quote-unquote amusing dialogue. Alas, a piece of the symbiote infects Woody Harrelson's insane serial killer, Cletus Cassidy, who has a superpowered lady love Shriek, played by Naomi Harris, and he would like to release her from her imprisonment in a nut house. And I say nut house with a great deal of love. In any event, he calls himself Carnage because why not? And he goes on a rampage through the streets of our very own San Francisco, he's driven by the idea that the town ain't big enough for 2 cannibalistic symbiotes, and he endangers Williams' heartbroken character, who is Eddie's ex, and he still loves her and covets her despite the fact that his feral alien half might consider her an hors d'oeuvre. It's kind of sad. Michelle Williams, the other white meat. Anyway, the first Venom movie was made as part of Sony Pictures' contract with Marvel that gives Sony access to Spider-Man and also to various adjacent characters. And so
I see. So that's why this happened.
Yeah, they're doing all these movies, and they've got another villain movie coming up with Jared Leto. I wish this
you didn't like
good.
this. Let's not spend more time on a movie you didn't like. Okay?
No,
it.
I kind of wish it had been good. Yeah, Andy Serkis directed it.
Right. Well, we're going to – Andy Serkis directed it. That's interesting.
And I don't know, terrific actor, and Check the script next time, Andy. I was really All
By the way,
right.
symbiote would be, I believe it, but thank you very much.
I am
Go
of
ahead.
the opinion that the idea of David Chase writing and producing a prequel to his landmark HBO crime family saga, The Sopranos, was a good one, especially after seeing The Many Saints of Newark, which is directed by Alan Taylor, his longtime collaborator on the series. This period drama, shoot 'em up, tells of the rise and demise of young Tony Soprano's reckless uncle, Dickie Moltisanti, played to a T here by Alessandro Nivola. In 1967, Newark, the province of many mafia gangs, was a tinderbox about to explode with racial strife. Within a few years, local black wannabe gangsters started to try to get a piece of the pie. So anyway, watching his family deal with all of this, as well as
this is a cool backdrop. I like it then.
infidelities, romantic betrayals, and so on, young Tony Soprano is molded into the mob boss we came to know and love in the Watershed HBO show. In sort of a coup, little Tony is played, make that well played, by Michael Gandolfini, the real son of the late Sopranos star James Gandolfini, and the resemblance is uncanny.
By the way, he had never seen the series.
No way, really?
Yeah,
Apparently
he had never seen the series.
He'd seen his father, though. He'd seen his father over and over again.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's true,
the resemblance is uncanny. The subtle cues as to where Tony is heading are fascinating. And other than the period dressing, there's plenty of the sudden violence and family drama that mark The Sopranos. And the movie also greatly benefits from the presence of Ray Liotta as Dickie Moltisanti's father, Leslie Odom Jr. from Hamilton as a Newark numbers runner who wants a little more, Corey Stoll as Junior Soprano, John Magaro as Tony's eventual consigliere, Silvio Dante, the guy played by Little Steven in the TV show, Billy Magnuson as Paulie Walnuts, and John Bernthal as Tony's dad, Johnny Boy Soprano. But the pièce de résistance is Vera Farmiga. I mean, you know how they can de-age people with computer graphics interface? Mm-hmm. Well, Vera Farmiga's performance as the younger Livia Soprano, Tony and Janice's mom and the vicious matriarch of the Sopranos family, is so uncanny that at times I thought they just de-aged archive footage of the late Olympia Dukakis in the role. Really amazing performance by Farmiga. And despite all the other pleasures here, Farmiga alone is worth the 2 hours spent with America's favorite fictional mobsters in theaters, streaming on HBO Max, The Many Saints of Newark.
Is it based on a true story?
Let's wrap up. I want to briefly extol the virtues of the super creepy, ever so demented, and strangely thrilling French movie Titane, which translated means titanium. This is the tale of an angry, abused, misfit woman who feels a certain affinity for cars and a hatred of all too many humans and does something about both. Dangerously unhinged woman. She's played by Agatha I guess her last name is Roussel, and the fantastic French actor Vincent Landon plays a fire chief who takes Roussel's character under bizarre circumstances and tries to help her out. It's the work of French screenwriter-director Julia Ducournau, and she did this highly disturbing 2016 coming-of-age feature, Raw. It's not for the faint of heart. And there's a feminist text here, but it defers to the grisly madness. And kind of like Raw, Titane is an example of body horror, a genre that's long been the crucial element of David Cronenberg's filmography. You know, the guy who did Video.
What the hell is body horror, Michael?
Did you see
Something
Videodrome?
I don't want,
Did you see Videodrome where people were like pushing VHS tapes into their stomachs and stuff like that?
Oh my God! No, I did not see it.
That's body horror, baby.
Oh my God!
It was great. I loved it.
Okay, well, I don't know.
This is not for you, Mark. Titane is in
theaters.
No, it is
not. It is not. All right.
You're down to 5%
I know.
battery.
God, he had to work in Titane. All right. Titane is the horrifying French film that you can rejoice to if you're into body horror. The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel. Snyder liked it. The Culture Blaster gave it 5 blasts up. And the film Venom, Let There Be Carnage, he did not like. Said, but so many good elements that were to go into it, except the script.
Right. You know, at one point, someone actually says, "Let there be carnage." That is just lazy screenwriting.
Yes, my God, it's embarrassing. We love visiting with you, Michael Snyder. You can read him. He is the Culture Blaster, but you can read his column as the Coastal Communer in the Marina Times. You pick one up. You can also see them hanging out on at the Royal Grounds on Polk Street. The Royal Ground, how's the Royal Ground doing now?
They're okay, and the hours have extended into the evening. They had been closing at 2 during the pandemic when they were actually allowed to reopen, and now they're extending, and I can actually hunker down there. I can pitch a tent inside that place.
Yeah. You can meet your public, Michael Snyder. Thank you for joining us, Michael.